What can be said that hasn't been said? The Callisto Protocol. Striking Distance Encrafted presents the spiritual successor to Glenn Schofield's Dead Space. I made up all those words. It's a third-person brawler shooter horror story romp that kind of had lukewarm landings. I think when a lot of people played it, they really enjoyed it, but I guess they were looking for something more than a sequel to Dead Space, because we had those. The gore kind of didn't carry the game. It actually got banned a lot on YouTube and Twitch, and even in Japan. Japan may not have even allowed for the release of the game. And this is around when MK1 was having similar issues. So the Gore Police were on, Tokyo Gore Police shut this project down, and it kind of had middling sales, and maybe some technical bugs at launch. I don't really remember because, as we can see, I'm playing it 2 years late. But better late than never. So I'll try it now. I'm not a big horror fan, but outer space horror is more my thing. It leans more towards science fiction, and I like third-person fighting. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Just very normal, very medium, barely visible, very performance. Apply. Europa Cafe. Is this in the ship? Or is this on a planet? Kind of reminds me of that game Slitterhead. She's got a loot box. I'm not controlling the camera yet. There's a lot of these stories where, in another time, people were living and working on these planets, just jackhammering. What do they call those? Rare Saturn minerals. And, they need a place to go to blow off steam, so they build these neon light districts and, let people get the ramen noodles and the sake, among other things. So, people need to blow off some steam. They need to get blown off. So, they're always hanging out in these degenerate towns. But that was a trope in Red Faction. It was a trope in was that other game I played? The Ascent. So here we are again.
You got a job to do.
This is Callisto Hangar Control to UJC Caron. You have cleared the security perimeter.
Roger, hangar control. Laying in course for Europa Station. You got something to say? You're gonna keep flicking that thing all day.
I was watching that.
See if I can turn the dialogue up. No? Options. Audio. Dialogue.
It's our last run, Max. And I'm done talking about it.
Then what do you want me to say?
How about thank you? Because after this job, we're never gonna have to work another day in our lives.
Well, I guess you got it all figured out.
I guess so.
Come on, man, what is this? Huh? Back and forth, Callisto to Europa, all this additional security.
It's a prison moon, Max. They take their security pretty serious.
And what about the attacks? Huh? How do you explain that?
By the outer way? They've
Prison
been hitting
moon.
targets all over the sector for the past 6 months.
We got a yellow light in the cargo hold.
That's probably nothing.
Well, it's still worth checking out.
So I'm on a ship. Am I on a
Some
small
more
ship
snow.
or a big one?
You live longer.
That's me. I got my
Port
friend.
and starboard sensors are both showing errors. Go check them out.
I'm going.
Go check them out. Anomaly detected. So, you know what would be funny? So what do we know about this game if we pretend we don't know anything about it? I'm on a ship, right? It would be funny if this is the last ship I ever live and die on. I'm never getting to that planet. I'm on this ship. Now, I don't know if that's true, but...
You going or what?
Open door, X. He does move nice. I'm guessing it's one of those things where I don't have access to full control because they don't want me to have it yet. There are a lot of doors. Space toilet. Star Wars Outlaw had that. I'm just moving around. It looks nice. I like the copper tone. Our bunks. A little picture of my dumb kid in the back that he drew. Open containers. Gameplay hints. Okay, so X is open and pick up.
We're docked at Callisto hangar.
Close. Press and hold. Audio logs. Press the up button to open the inventory. Press the R1 button to select Data BIOS menu. Use the directional to select the categories in individual Data BIOS menu. How come the dialogue's cut off there? Press the X button to select. Whoa, what happened? Hey, what happened here? Hey, what happened here? Press the up button, okay. Hey, what happened here? No fucking way. No fucking way. I'm pressing start. Did the game crash? No fucking way, dude. I'm pressing and holding. I'm pressing and holding. Press and let me press and hold my nemesis. Okay, that's it. That's it. Foul on the play. Here we go. Accessibility. Combat assists. Button hold assist. On. Don't think I didn't look at that menu before I played this fucking game. 6.5 on IGN? Think I wasn't gonna find out why? It's the real horror. Press and hold. It's the real horror.
Come on, man.
What was that other game that I What was that other game that I played? It was a space game. I think it had Protocol in the name too. I think it had Protocol in the name too. And the guy is like kind of Irish, and he was saying like, oh, you know, the wind knocked the satellite out. Oh, let me get my tool pack and walk out there. And I'm thinking, if the character in the story is complaining, about doing his job, wouldn't the developer think that the player would complain about playing along with this guy doing his job? I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing his job. If he's bored, how do you think I feel? A little bit of steam.
Son of a bitch. I guess I'll check the other side.
I hate to be such a stickler for the audio, but I can tell. I think even this is a little bit much. We'll keep that a little above everything else, since no one knows how to mix these days. We have a fucking audio engineering class, and a film class, and an art history class. I mean, we go through this every time a game wants to be a work of art. We go through this. I mean, it's not like I've been doing it for 30 years. I mean, I'm just saying. You know, do I go in the executive boardroom and tell Strauss-Zelnick what to do? No.
What's up?
We've been boarded.
Oh, shit. The outer way?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
All right, well, we can get your ass back up here. And watch your back. You know, they could be anywhere.
Return to the cockpit. Well, I mean, I'll give them credit. The 60 frames is running. Circle to crouch.
Search the hold. It's gotta be here somewhere.
Who's that? They boarded our ship. Okay. So mercenaries boarded our ship. Even though we're known pilots, on a prisoner transport.
Field's still in effect.
Not for long.
What do they want?
How should I know?
It's interesting how in science fiction, opposite of traditional horror where everything is dim and dark, in sci-fi you have all these lights, like leading you to believe that it's okay and you're secure and you can see. There's all these lights everywhere, like casting beams, but also shadows on everything. It's kind of like a well lit tension. L1 to sprint. Press and hold to sprint. Alright, I like press and hold for sprint. Oh shit, he needs to get back in
Max,
there.
we're heading for the bridge.
Open up!
Close the door. Who's that girl? She was on the Tokyo street. He opened the hull.
What are you doing? No!
Warning. Explosive decompression.
She shot the door. But why would she shoot that? I guess just to kill these guys? I'm gaming. Alright, I'm holding up. Let me hold L1 to sprint line.
Venting atmosphere.
Jacob, get up here!
Wait a minute, that's got hot fire on it. And electric hotness. Okay.
Inertial
L1.
dampers offline.
I'm still climbing. I'm climbing diagonally.
Ship's caught in the moon's gravity!
I'm having excitement.
We're being pulled in!
He's telling the story to me. We're being pulled in. She shot the window out. And then the vacuum with the space energy. Every story game playthrough turns into just making fun. That's what we want. We want fun. We don't want... Gamers don't want art. We want fun. We barely want story.
Mayday, mayday, mayday! This is UJC Caron! Returning to Callisto! Requesting emergency clearance!
Returning to Callisto, so we went... So we left. We turned around and went back. That's like, the blonde that got stranded on the desert island. She swam, she swam halfway to shore and then got tired and turned back.
Yes, we are! Watch out! Hold on!
Wait, am I gaming too? I don't know. I could just rotate it. They keep encouraging me to skip also. They don't want me to watch their story. Don't believe. This guy seems like a dork. Probably thinking the same thing.
I made it. I told you not to worry.
Made it. I was just thinking about when I was playing MK1, the story mode, and how I was kind of like,
Max.
it's a weird experience when a gamer wants to watch a story or watch a cutscene. I don't really think that we want that. Because even sometimes, whether the story's interesting or not, I'll think like, press and hold X to skip. I was thinking that a lot during MK1 story, like, maybe I should just skip this. It's like, well, if you're going to play story mode,
Come on.
that's kind of the whole thing you're looking for. But then when you play Heavy Rain, and the whole point, and the story's really good, and you're learning about the plot and what's happening with the characters, you're really gripped. So it's kind of strange, like, this game seems to find a nice balance between, using cutscenes to make stuff happen, when you don't need to be in control. Are these friendly robots?
Detected.
One life sign.
Continuing search.
He's just searching.
Black Iron Security. You the pilot?
So where did I crash? Did I crash on my destination planet?
He's gone.
We'll just need the one. Okay, let's get you out of here.
At least they're friendly.
Manifest says you were running cargo out of the hangar. Don't get many of you freelancers out here.
I was just doing my job.
Don't I know it?
The guy's appropriately professionally
We're
detached.
lost. We were boarded by...
Let go of me!
Uh-oh. That bitch.
She's the one who...
She shot my hull.
You do your job. You let me do mine, alright? Sir. Yes, sir? Whatever you say. Grab him, too.
Uh-oh.
Hey! What are you doing?
I'm just a pilot.
Hey! I didn't do anything!
Just a pilot, huh? Uh-oh. The protocol is... No one leaves alive. The O's like the planet. Or like the asteroid. Asteroid. It's like February. You gotta pronounce it all. So what? I'm carrying something, and then I crash, and we don't know why. They boarded us, and then now I'm in a prison transport, and I'm the prisoner, not the pilot.
Okay, inmates. Do not speak unless they are spoken to.
There's been a mistake. My name is Jacob Lee. I'm not an inmate.
You were inmate. 532-521. You address me as Captain Ferris.
What? No. I'm just a cargo pilot. I was attacked by the Outer Way. By her. She crashed my ship and she
What's the
killed
Outer
my first
Way?
officer.
I don't care. Warden's orders. Oh, speak of the devil.
Choice. Every choice in your life has led you here. To this moment. To this place. The only place where you truly belong.
Notice how they were like still moving to another planet. All these sci-fi stories, it's like they treat planets like cities. Like, you know, in reality, we can barely occupy one. But then in the future, we're hopping from planet to planet. But like, they're only mining one resource from one planet. You know, rare Saturn minerals, right?
End of the line. Get up.
So why not just live like that's what I never understood. Why Stargate? Why hop?
This is not right. I don't belong here.
Listen.
They're looking for something else, and they just wind up recreating the same damn thing on another, you know, on Uranus.
Dead. Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. I mean, shit. As far as anyone else is concerned, you are dead. It's time you moved on. Because
Okay.
you're crossing over to a new kingdom. No.
So
My kingdom.
they want to cover up the ship.
So whatever it is you're holding on to right
They
there,
pretend there are no
that's your
survivors,
life. You gotta let that
and they
go.
just make him on
Because
a
your new
prisoner.
life is entirely in my hands.
Surprise, dead man.
Okay. Grab her. Let's go.
Who's got a robot hand? Ocelot.
You are now entering Black Iron Prison, a division of UJC Corrections. Proceed immediately to new...
Black Iron, just like the bars on the cell.
Hey!
So it's not even a metaphor, it's literal. Oh boy.
Hey! Wait!
Time for your rectal exam.
No, you got it!
Inmate 532-521. Dr. Caitlin Marler, and as per Article 412...
Why would they start with the arm bar out? If it's just gonna move it forward, you could have just put his hands forward.
Just prep the device.
What the fuck?
Oh boy.
That device! No! You're a goddamn doctor!
Yes, and I intend to faithfully execute my responsibilities. Try not to move, it'll only make things worse.
Oh, fuck you!
Look at his mouth. Ah.
Doctor, he's flatlining.
Injector.
Oh, so that teaches me that it's my health meter. Okay. See, this game's innovative. Oh God, it's like if only we came up with this idea in 2005, or 10, or 15. But then the pandemic, you know. Alright, I'm gaming again. Thank God. So what was I saying before about story? When the only purpose for a game's story mode is to watch the cutscenes, I think it's way too slow. But when the cutscenes kind of establish a change in the scenery or location, and they kind of, move you between action scenes, it can really work. I got my box. Same as that girl saw on the street from the initial cutscene. It's a nightmare.
All security personnel.
Notice his clothing. He was wearing his jacket.
This is not a drill.
His neck was okay, so maybe there'll be more hallucinations. He's remembering what happened before. BIP, BIP.
What the hell?
Brother in prison.
Something's not
Or
right.
bitch in prison. Uh-oh, it's open. Oh shit, Dark Souls. Alright. Escape. Stay in your cell lockdown, but my door's open. So let me do a quick wow, cool. Those guys fucking you up. Is that anything? Fell. Okay. Let me do this. L1 is sprint, we know that. L2 is look.
Oh my god.
R2 and R1, nothing yet. What about the D-pad? They told me up is my inventory. And then data BIOS. Okay, we don't need that. My arsenal. So up is like weapons menu. And then X is interact, square, triangle is stomp. I have a stomp. And circle's crouch. Okay, L1 sprint, circle crouch, triangle stomps, X picks up.
Warning. Warning.
I could sprint if I wanted to. Look at that horrible flame effect. Those are not really good flames. Those are stop motion flames. I'm not trying to talk shit, but it's a little rough. Sometimes when you got the cheap those are a little bit better. Sometimes when you got the cheap special effects, it's because they're trying to save memory in the RAM. This is expensive, memory versus cheap memory. And it's got to be, the cheap memory you restore quickly so you can cycle it, and the expensive memory you want to store it slowly because, the rare time you want to recall it, it's got to work well. A little computer science. And see, the other problem is, there's this big open scene to the left here that's supposed to be drawing my attention, but I'm just running straight forward on a ramp. Yeah, I'm just thinking aloud about level design. It must be tough when you have an experience and a story you want to tell, and you're going to use cutscenes to tell it, but then you want to still give this experience, and you got to design it, and the level, the fighting, bam. So I think this game's got like a unique type of boxing style punch combat, which I'm excited to learn and try.
Hey man, over here.
Over here. Oh yeah, everybody's from every degenerate corner of space, so they're gonna speak with weird accents. Of course, it's not an accent to them. Oi.
Bruv, what the fuck
Bruv.
is going on? I don't know what the hell's going on.
I'm a bruv in prison.
My ship crashed, I got thrown in here, and then I woke up to this. Well, look. You're that pilot they just brought in, yeah? Yeah, well, look, I've been in here half my life. I know this place. I've got a plan to get out. If you help me out of this cell, I'll help you, yeah? Look, you can use this to get inside a control room across
Damn,
that
it's a
bridge.
wrench
I'll
shank.
help myself from there. My name's Elias, by the way.
Jacob.
Don't
His
listen
name's
to
what?
Jacob.
Elias?
Save your life. Don't leave me hanging.
I got a shiv. Cross the bridge to the control room. Now, what's this shiv about? Shiv. Okay, is that my weapon? R and L. Cross the bridge. One thing I'll credit it for, the movement and, the kind of look speed compared to the walk speed is really nice. And you seem to be able to sprint in all directions. So I'm liking the controls. That's really all I give a shit about. Got the shiv. He might just saved my life. Okay. And then we'll shimmy. I was gonna say that might have been the first Final Destination. Death Trap. Another thing this game's known for is its brutal, gory kills. But that's not just on the enemies, it's also on me. I think my name's Jacob. So that's gets a lot of vids banned. And then they added a bunch of DLC modes to the game. I saw it said one was like Riot mode. It's kind of built like the classic single-player games on PS2 or 3 where they hadn't really added multiplayer features to single-player games, so they were trying to add like new bonus modes like an arcade mode or some type of score attack mode or something. What is this now? I'm pressing. What the fuck is this? Press and tap?
Got another one.
Wow, they're fucking me up. Hold left before an attack to dodge, hold right. Okay. And then I'm pressing triangle. And then I'm beating his arm. And then, wait a minute. Hold right, hold left. You want to dodge through, okay. Wow, he's getting banged. R2 to melee, okay. Wow. Okay. Fuck this guy. And then mash. You want to mash him. Stop, wait, but he fucking hit me first. You're fucked. Eat lead. Eat gas. Let me know how it is in Uranus. That guy's a monster. Whoa, he ripped his whole head off. Oh, fuck. How do I know when to dodge versus when to just strike and interrupt him? Okay. I'm in combat. Okay. When you're actually locked in and you're dodging left and right, it's really fast. Alright, let's see this here. I feel like there's something on the floor. Let me look at this accessibility menu again. Combat assist. Auto aim, dodge assist, melee assist. Button hold assist. QTE single press. Would that be like... Yeah, I want that on. Fuck the mashing. What do you think? Opening the door and fighting that guy is like, just let me hit it once and fuck that guy up. I think I want that on. Fuck it. Even if it's cheating, who cares? I'm trying to have fun here. So what do we have now? R2. So he's like, all the controls are just spread out on the controller. You know, crouch is circle, interact is tap X, melee is R2, and sprint is L1. Okay. You know, reload is down on the D-pad. Save and quit is press start.
That should do it.
Fell open. So that Elias guy. Return to Elias. Okay. Now see, when I'm in this type of space, listen, when I'm in this type of space, I can't seem to use the motion controls to like look around the prompt. So the first one that I saw back there, the prompt was off the screen. Not just the instruction, but the button. Dodging melee attacks. Left and right before the enemy hits. There isn't a timing window, just be holding. Okay, that's good information. Dodge a series of melee attacks, hold the left stick in one direction before the attack, then shift. Alternating sides. Never dodge the same direction more than once or the sequence will fail. So you wait a minute. Never dodge the same direction more than once. So you're always going back and forth. Well, that's kind of weird. Don't you think that's kind of weird? Why not? What if he swings, you know, boom, 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 you know, with one arm, you know? Tricked you up and then ba-boom, boom. With, you know, give him the old Ali shuffle, right? I hear that stomping. Is that the robot? You can't tell if it's like him stomping or his laser gun.
Console's not responding.
Back there, I just saw something.
Uh-oh, console's not
It
responding.
attacked me and it didn't seem human.
What are you on about?
I know what I saw.
Look,
Well,
this place can mess with your head. This is our chance. Whatever it was you saw,
speak
it's
without
no reason to get out
confidence.
of here. You see that watchtower?
Yeah.
That's our first stop. Meet me there.
But I think this guy...
Elevator's that way. Take it up to the next level. I'll be in touch.
I think this guy is with me till the end of the game. Take me up to the next level. I can appreciate... Find the elevator. I can appreciate that the game is pretty linear. And it's like, just go straight, follow the prompts, enjoy the story, the atmosphere. Hold down the block attacks. Uh-oh. How do I lock on that? Now let's try hit first. Hold down the block. So then maybe that's the sequence. Maybe that's the sequence, because you can't dodge in the same direction more than once. You want to hold. Alright, but I'm dying. Stomp corpse. After defeating an enemy, press triangle button to stomp the body and trigger item drops. Gather and pick up items. So basically, and then X to pick up. So basically, rather than them dropping it automatically and triangle being pick up, the stomp adds a little bit of extra satisfaction to killing them and then making sure they're dead. Ugh, stomp his dumb ass. Stomp his ass. Stomp his head. And then that confirms the kill and triggers the item drop, and then you can press another button, and it increases the interactions per second, which is another metric of live service single player games.
Jacob, can you hear me?
Yeah. How?
We're also walking around the edge of a level rather than the center of a level. Don't you think that's
pick up a
interesting?
few tricks when you've been here as long as I have.
Who are all those guys?
I see you made it to the lift. Just take it down and find the elevator on that level.
I mean, it's been pretty seamless. No, they're not really pulling me into cutscenes. They don't, cut to a cutscene. It just kind of takes over and then releases me. I can appreciate that. And like I said, he moves very well. So this fighting and stomping, that's why they say don't dodge the same direction twice, because then you can just hold left. But here's what I'm saying, right? Here's what I'm saying. The reason why they're saying don't dodge the same direction twice is because they don't want you to just hold left and infinitely dodge. But I'm saying what would stop an enemy from attacking in a manner that would require like a double dodge in the same direction, right? He could swing his right arm and then he could swing his arm back down. Who says you can't dodge it left twice? You may need to dodge it left twice. So I'm saying they probably designed it where it's just going to go back and forth. Now that they introduced the down to block, that could throw you for a loop. It could be like, oh shit, he swings his right arm and then spins around and swings it again, and you're like, well, I can't dodge the same direction. I can't dodge left a second time because it's not going to work. But I can't dodge right because he's swinging to the left. Now I have to block. So that idea of like swaying from left to right and then down, maybe that's how they're kind of, they want to make it simple, but then they have to add challenge. So like the strategy and controls have to be simple, but the challenge has got to be there. So getting a grip of this combat, this boxing combat, is going to be an objective. I think the challenge of the combat is going to be, learning the combat's going to be enough of a challenge. You don't want to have to struggle with, hard mode difficulty, high health damage difficulty. We just take it slow and enjoy. So how do I know when to when to strike first? Just mash. Look at this. Hold down. I would rather block the button because I was holding L1 right there, just out of some instinct. Alright, he's dead. Stomp it. Just out of some instinct, but L1, I'm gonna be holding L1 a lot because it's the sprint button. What are these guys doing? They're going crazy. Give me that shit. Callisto credits. Credits? Health injector. Then you can hit up. Health injectors. Look for wall mounting boxes that contain health injectors. Enemies drop them as well. Found in loot crates. Press the down button to quickly use a heal injector. Okay, they'll replenish health, but use with care as you can be attacked during the injection process. It can also be used during from the inventory screen. Alright. Data BIOS. Health injector. Okay. So down is heal. L1 sprint, down is heal. Up is the inventory. R2 is attack. Triangle is stomp. Circle's crouch. X is pick up. This game is Callisto Protocol. Let's see here. Like I said, it's fast. He is running fucking fast. So I can appreciate that. Smooth controls in a fast run. The combat's just sort of weird. Like pressing R2 repeatedly for a melee hit is kind of weird.
Damn, that means you're headed to solitary.
I mean, you could switch the controls,
I'm
I'm
sure.
sure.
Reach the watchtower. Just have to go the long way. Just be careful. They keep the real crazies down there.
I like the shoulder button to run. That's always been one of my favorite schemes. You know, put the pedal to the metal. I like the perspective too. You really do get the, you know, between him and me, we really can angle the camera straight down. It's very extremely linear. Like literally the level is run down this pathway. But because it's a story game and I appreciate the linearity, you can kind of go like a horror, you know, haunted house, like just go, you know, from room to room to room, you know, and see the experience. Contraband can be sold for credits. To who? Other prisoners? So we don't really know where I am. I was a pilot on a ship, right? I like that. One tap. I like that. I was a pilot on a ship. I thought I was transporting prisoners to a prison planet. Let's say I was just transporting... What would you say? Supplies to a prison planet. But then I get boarded. That's the first interesting part. And it's like... Then they attempt to assassinate us, and we wind up crashing. Where? Let's say we crash on the prison planet where we were headed, okay? But they're claiming that I'm dead. They're making me another prisoner. But then the girl who boards me is still alive, so they're taking her too. So something's not really going on here. Like, who's this girl? Who's me? What do they not want us to find? The plot thickens. Is that another box? Whoa. I like the color scheme a lot as well. I like the color scheme a lot as well. Oh god. Can I shimmy? Yeah. But there's nothing in here other than some voices. Okay. I almost wonder if you don't need the lock on, or you don't need the left right dodge. The way that he runs well, and he can run and sprint while holding L1 in like 360 degrees, why not just space? Why not just space? Why even bother with the lock on left right dodge? You know? Kind of makes me wonder. Because it's a system to teach kids. They don't have footsies. It's gonna teach me about stealth kills. I've been wanting to play that game Manhunt. If that's on the games catalog, I'll play that. I never tried it as a kid, but I remember when it came out. Whoa, he fell down a trapdoor. Stomp this guy. Can I crack his head open? No. He doesn't even have a, he doesn't even have any blood effects. I'm looking for treasure. Yeah, Callisto credits. So Callisto is what, the moon planet, prison planet moon? Moon sun? Why? Okay, I pressed X to engage with the door, and then I had to press triangle to open the door. Why not just allow it to be X? Because of interactions per moment.
Oh shit, bro. One of my mates.
Slow walk and talk.
I known him forever. It was this thing. He attacked me.
Yeah, the thing I told you about. The monster.
No, but I had to kill him. Kill it.
Yeah, he attacked you. I know.
What the fuck is going on?
I know. I've killed like 3 people already. I know. Maybe 5. I also think that forced walking chats, the reason why they take away your sprint and make you walk slowly is because they know how possibly fast it is to clear the distance compared to how long the dialogue is going to take. Like this explanation I'm giving you, it's taking a long time. So they know, oh, we have to make sure it takes them 20 seconds. You know, the dialogue is 20 seconds long. It needs to take 20 seconds to walk this path. So they don't skip past our dialogue.
Now this detour might actually work for us.
This game is so linear.
Just past the infirmary.
It's almost funny.
You'll need to watch out though.
Straight walkway, curved walkway, square door, hallway, elevator. But they all look different. Like we got some browns, some white blues, some oranges. You can vault over it. You're allowed. Trigger the cutscene. Trigger the cutscene. I like that.
No, we're not infected.
Lethal force has been authorized.
Uh-oh. I think you can get that guy too, to like be your partner. Oh, I wanted him to get stomped.
Moving to medical sector.
Secured. Uh-oh. So he's gonna sneak past the security unit. Yes, stealth, my favorite mechanic in the game. So he's going to climb up in advance.
Guys, they can't track us.
Prison systems are breaking down like that elevator back there. Just stay out of their line of sight and you should be able to sneak by.
So let's hit circle to crouch. Stay out of the line of sight gameplay. Gameplay, quote unquote.
Lethal force authorized.
Can't I do a stealth kill on him and shut him down?
Can't let him see me.
Can't let him see me.
Black Iron security unit active.
Oh, he stops there? Well, how do I know? I got a, what's it called? A save state?
No activity detected.
I like that he returns to crouch, unlike Sekiro, who is supposed to be a ninja.
Just stay low.
Just stay low, but I'm on a stairway.
Weapon systems online.
Now, is this tense? Is this fun? I don't think so. But that could be my my dislike of stealth. Because you're waiting. And he's gone. Is he gonna come back? I kind of want to run. Yeah, back here. I kind of want to run back here and get into stuff.
Looks like I'm in the clear.
Looks like I'm in the clear. Because here's the thing, stealth is like, I don't think it adds tension. What adds tension is a cutscene showing me, oh shit, there's a robot, you gotta avoid him, and then just letting me play. But then you fuck it up because, oh shit, stealth, and it restarts. So then they go, okay, make the character tell himself, so the player hears, you gotta be really quiet. You gotta stay out of the line of sight. And sitting and waiting and watching, waiting and waiting, and he turns and walks away, waiting and waiting. I think what adds tension is he sees you and then you have to fight. That's how Metal Gear does it. I think I may have missed something back there. Wasn't I supposed to go in there? I kind of ran off the beaten path thinking that I was getting clever. Look at all this shit. It's an audio log. Shut the fuck up. Wait, if I'm crouching, right? Can I fast crouch? So if you run at a sprint. If you run out of... I think that's where I want to go. I would almost dare to go down that way and see that robot. I would almost dare. If you, What was I saying? I don't remember. Views required. Alright. About stealth, about how you're waiting. About how in Metal Gear the tension is how when you get spotted by the guards you have to fight your way out. I guess. I think it's because it's about speed. Stealth is slow. And so it's tense because you're waiting, like something could screw up and you're waiting for it to happen automatically. I want him to turn and walk away, and that's automatic. That's not the player doing anything. So I'm waiting for the game to do something and make the enemy walk away. You know, what's fun in Metal Gear is these guards are going to keep coming back again and again, looking at the same spot. Where is he? I don't know. I hear him. So, maybe you don't need to even match the direction. Maybe you don't need to match the direction. Like, you just need to dodge. So, like, I can hold right and mash R2, and once it doesn't work, I can just, once it happens, once I successfully dodge once, I'm dead? That's kind of... I guess I could have healed. I can't really tell how much or how little health I have. When the red's on the screen, I guess I have to fucking heal. Okay. What was I saying? You might be able to do this. You might be able... Where am I? Did I get all that shit? I didn't get any of this stuff. Alright. Let me see here. So when you're fighting, you might be able to just hold, let's say, right. By default. And then mash R2 to fight, and once your right dodge is triggered, switch to a left dodge. I don't necessarily know that you have to dodge left or right according to the enemy's attacks. Like if they swing with their right arm toward the left, I don't necessarily know that you have to dodge left toward their right. You might just be able to hold, you might be able to dodge any attack in any direction. What else was I saying? Oh, about stealth. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of waiting for stuff to happen. And then, like, Metal Gear is fun because you can go fast. So let's try this again. We'll kind of get, like... But you don't even need to go all the way back here, though. I wonder if you could grab all the items... Hey, I wonder if you could grab all the items without fighting these guys, without triggering them. And he hit me there. So I'm holding right. And I'll bash him. And then I'll inject. I hit down. I hit down. You have to hold down. You have to hold down to initiate. Alright. So if I'm swinging, you can't interrupt. Okay, hang on. If I'm swinging, you can't, like, cancel a swing into a dodge. And there's gonna be another one. You almost don't. Well, we'll talk about it after the match. Okay, he swung twice. I had to switch. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think that I like this combat, and I'll tell you why. When an enemy comes in, you are automatically locked onto them, and you're kind of zoomed in on them. And when this happens, there is no need for spacing. I move slowly, walking around, and there's no real need to run towards them because they run back towards you. So you fight them, right? They appear, they run at you, they go to swing, you dodge left, melee them twice, let's say, bash them, mash them, and then they stumble backward. You now don't have to do anything. You don't have to walk forward and close the distance. You can wait for them to come to you, and then it's a give or take of like who's going to try and swing first. If I try and swing first and the monster interrupts me, I lose. But if I wait for him to swing and then dodge, then it's like, okay, I give him first attack, but I can react and dodge him. Maybe he'll dodge, maybe he'll swing twice and I have to dodge a second time, or I can just then start attacking him and punching him, right? So that's kind of how the combat works, but there's not this, I don't have to space. I don't have to walk back and forth in space. And so the combat is now stand still, like look at the enemy and react, and I'm not moving, I'm not swinging, I'm not initiating the combat. So maybe this will change when I get guns. Are there guns in this game? Do you even get guns? So I don't know. Another thing was when I was in this room, I wonder if I could have picked up all the gear and never went to the very last room. Because for whatever I picked up, credits, I kind of wasted a lot of shit, right? I kind of wasted my health. What else am I thinking? I was just thinking about stealth, and did I get the fuse there? No. Just thinking stealth and thinking like, yeah, when you're waiting for stuff to happen, that's not gaming. When you're taking action and interacting with the scenario, that's gaming. And
personal log.
What's funny about Metal Gear is these guys don't walk away. You're not waiting. You're watching them to learn their loop, and then you're trying to. Then you actively have to sneak past them. And if you fuck it up, you can always fight your way out. So that robot's still there, but this shit's open. Like these doors are open. So I think so far, I don't like the melee combat. Which then leads me to wonder, like, well, why would I? Am I going to like the story so much that I'm going to want to explore that? Oh, this is the other end of the room I needed to go in anyhow. Okay, well, I just like crossing all my T's.
Oh, needs power to open.
Needs power to open. Find a replacement fuse. I like how he is saying I should try and find a replacement fuse, and then the objective comes up on the bottom of the game. What happens if I take this fuse out? This might be useful. But now I'm in a dark room where the doors might be shut. You think always run would be useful? Yeah, probably. Why would you want to walk slow? Because if you're in combat, why would you want to walk slow? First of all, they can run towards you. You don't need to move at all. And second of all, wouldn't you want to run to get the fuck away from them? And it's not like swinging from a run takes more startup. Like it already takes startup to pull his weapon out. Let's put this replacement fuse in there. just unlock? I open this. Medical crate? Energy converter. What does that do? Heal pack. Alright. So far, so good. Who was Calypso? He was the bad guy in Twisted Metal. Yeah, I think an always run button would be nice. I mean, why not? I guess it's just nice. They know the walk speed. It adds atmosphere. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll give them that. I want to give credit where credit's due. The controls and the colors and the atmosphere are very, very nice. Maybe I would like Dead Space then, because it's more of a shooting game. And I'm thinking, man, I'd rather have a gun to shoot these guys. You know, because I don't know. I don't really like this brawl combat. Maybe it's the weapon. We also haven't seen any gory kills. See, like, I'm already not. I don't want to fight because I don't really like the combat. Triangle. Can I hit him into this fan? I don't like this combat. I really don't like it at all. Well, that's that. And that's that. That's enough to shut me out of the whole game. Another thing about the lock-on, you can only fight one enemy at a time. You will only ever fight one enemy at a time, and you will never have to manage a horde of enemies or different enemy types intermixed because you're locked onto one enemy. And it's like he bashes away, and then he runs back. There's no footsies, no spacing. It's just hold, and so then you can auto choose, hold left or right. You know, hold left or right, wait to dodge. Down the block is also weird. Like, why block? Just dodge. Hold dodge and then counter swing. Make sure he doesn't swing twice and then counter swing. And it's so straightforward. When you start to have open and roundness in the levels, it makes people look around because they want to look for items. Everything's been so square. Even though the ship is fucking round, you know? The mug is round, you know? The jar is round. Why do they call it Ovaltine? You should call it Roundtine, you know? So... So, this level is so rectangular. I ran down this whole hallway without ever looking to the left to see what is on the other side of this window. There's reflections, there's tessellating patterns. You don't need to look there. So why'd they make it? Well, I guess, you know, Unreal Engine 5 artificial template made it. And then look, this fan, I thought I was gonna, you know, catapult this guy into the fan, but no. He was on fire. Big deal. Oh, I didn't stomp him? Yes, I did. He's on fire. How am I gonna... Damn. I'll stomp his ankle. And pull his health out. What about my... Here, let me see this, right? Down? No, up. How many health injectors do I have? I have one. Wait. Health injector, health injector. I have two. They don't stack? So here's what I want to know. I'm not dead. But do I use the health injector because my health's not red? You know, my screen's not red? I think it's a one and done use. So you want to be as low as possible. But then the risk is you might... And then see, look, you'll pick up random health. So you want to save those health injectors.
Change. Do not fear it, for it is only through change that we grow.
Yeah, they said seizure warning. That flash is really obnoxious. And you would think, hey, if there's a fucking game... Give a little seizures to the audience out there. If there are players who have seizures, why the fuck would you even include something in a game that you can measure to know it will induce seizures? Unless that's what they want to do. I'll tell you what is also another effect. You could have steady separate rotating lights slowly. Because lights, this is not even flickering. This is flashing. Flickering would be zzz, zzz, it would be going zzz, dim in and out, you know, zzz, and then a fly lands on it. Dude, I'm such a fucking creative genius. You walk into a room, and then the stinger noise, and then you see this big shadow of a monster, and then you look, and it's just a little fly on the bulb of the light bulb, having his enormous shadow cast on the wall like a monster, and then you go shoot fly, and then the real monster bursts through the door. God damn it, I'm such a creative genius. I mean, these developers need my help. They don't understand art, they don't understand design, they don't understand production, cost and time. They don't understand which concepts to greenlight. Who should I be? The chief executive, financial, creative, directive? I mean, come on. And I also have some consumer research. You want to buy Callisto Protocol? No. I'll wait 2 years. I'll wait 2 years until you give it to me for free on a subscription service so I can play it for an hour and a half and say, not for me. I didn't like the combat that you made 4 years ago, bitch. Try again next time. Damn. That stinks. We have a story to tell. Well, 2 enemies. So now... Oh, they can climb. Shit. I was hoping the fucking... How am I gonna fight 2? Well, we're gonna learn right now. We're gonna learn how to fight 2 right now. Blocking. Okay. He's running away. He's scared. Wow. Didn't want none of that. What's my guy's name? Justin? I don't know. Jacob? Maybe I could put him in the fan. We just haven't seen too much of that yet. I'm just kidding around. But the truth is, even if it were $20 or $30, hey, you want to take a chance?
That might be something.
And it's like, no. I really didn't play Dead Space or even Resident Evil.
The lockup had already been raided. All that's left is this...
They just didn't have good gameplay. They didn't have good gameplay, so they weren't these 100-hour action games that I would want to replay again and again.
We are gonna need it.
And they didn't really have good stories either. Like, this is kind of a mediocre game concept. Like, what's the story gonna be? The gritty man who's exhaling with stress from his job is going to be in a tough spot. And then the rough and tough military commander who's abusing his authority. But then also the tough chick who is in a man's world. Everybody's so tough. It's a video game. The people who watch tough things like an Arnold movie. I'll be back. I'm so tough. I'll be back. It's like that's what he said to his friends at the gym. I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. Work on my traps and my lats. Oh God. It's creative fiction, man. Maybe I just like comedy more than lame-ass horror. You know what's fun? The action movies that I really like are like Triple X, when he jumps the car off the waterfall. You know, Just Cause, you know? Why'd you ramp that truck off the mountain and then hit the parachute? And it's like, just cause, you know, just because I can. And I will. I'm a daredevil. So I like speed. I think speed is, you know... Oh, so can I stomp this guy? Yeah, I can! Alright. Even when you Enviro kill them, you can stomp them. I don't like this combat. I'm just gonna slip that in there. I like the graphics, though. Like, look. Look, right? Graphically. Very nice, right? But see, is that what they're selling? Is that what they're selling? Are they selling? Imagine being immersed in this space. I'll tell you, I don't feel immersed right now. And I don't think it's because I'm on stream. I think even if I shut the camera off and I'm looking, it's just me, I'm very much outside of the scene of this game. I barely know. I know a summary of what's going on, the story-wise. So that can't be the motivation. And this is still a tutorial. I guess that's fair. It's still a tutorial. But bro, it's been an hour. Other than the button scheme, what do I need to learn? You know? Man, this lighting looks good. But do you know what other game had good lighting like this? Destiny. Destiny had good lighting also, and you're flying through blasting guys. That game's combat was fun. So it's just this game's combat. I just played, man, look at the lighting, look at the colors. So this game has great controls, it has great graphics, but we don't know enough about the story to be immersed yet. You could have had like a 5-minute, a 2, 3, 5-minute intro cutscene, and then just let us rock. And just the combat, I don't know, man. It's weird. The dodge left, right. Why can't I just space? Why do I stand still and dodge? I don't like that. I like movement too. Man, this is why I'm bummed about modern fighting games. I can't, walk left and right. I want to wave dash. Dude. Well, we'll get, I don't want to say too much about Tokon, which I am hopeful for, and Invincible Versus, which I already know I dislike. But I will tell you, I played the 2XKO closed alpha, and that game stinks. It fucking sucks. So now, with that being said, what might I amend that statement with? In the closed alpha that I played, it did not have push block. There is a mechanic where you can backdash out of block, but that's not the same as pushing the opponent away from you. So that seemed absent. Even though it was in the custom control config, you couldn't activate it. So that seems absent. They also could tweak the system completely, fine. But it still just seems like full screen footsies, safe pressure, safe mix-ups, fucked up setups, safe offense, offense with no risk at all. That's a big problem. Offense with no risk at all, that leads to enormous 50, 60, 70% combos. And then defense is a risk and rewards nothing. Takes meter, takes a guess, takes timing, and is punishable. On defense! Wake up, armor out to escape, and I can't punish you, and I can get punished, and I'm on fucking defense. It's one thing if you want to reward offense. The damage is the reward, dude. Your mix-up is already safe. It already launches. You get a combo that's full damage. That's the fucking reward. What is the problem with fucking having an escape mechanism that costs something? Make it cost meter, I don't give a shit. But all my favorite fighting games, Virtua Fighter, Smash Brothers, Street Fighter, MK, they all allow you to get up off the ground safely and block. And they had things like push back when you would repeatedly jab, 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 jab. You get fucking pushed back until you start whiffing. And they didn't give combos off counter hit. The benefit, the reward for counter hitting is the fact that you interrupted their move. That's the reward. You don't need extra frames to get a fucking... You don't need extra frames. And they go, well, don't mash. There should be a built-in mechanism on the attack that balances it. The startup, the recovery, and the pushback. You don't need additional systems like counter hitting, changing the frame data to reward something, unless it's going to be so obvious, like admittedly in Street Fighter 6, admittedly, there's enough time and visual indication like the word on the screen. It shows you, damn, you scored, or in a 3D game when they crumple, and it's like, ordinarily this is a regular hit. On a big, obvious, slow, easy to react crumple, you get a little bit of an extra. Hey, I get that. That's cool. But it's got to be reactable. It can't be, I'm pre-planning that I'm going to make a read that he will poke in neutral with the normal move that's safe, and I will read that he will poke, and then I will counter hit him with this fucking stand jab, and then I will press drive rush, and then I will combo into a fucking level 3 that corner carries. And it's like, let's make a read that our safe jab is going to fucking counter hit combo for 60%. And that's every fucking fighting game now. Every fighting game. Safe, that's me screaming. That's my subconscious screaming. Safe pressure, safe combos, safe mix-ups. And counter hit jab to interrupt into 60%. But God forbid you want to, teleport away. Oh, that's punishable. That's not safe. So, with that being said, what do I know about Invincible Versus and Tokan? Now, I haven't played anything. I haven't read anything. And I've barely watched anything. But there are things that I have seen from the footage that tells me I'm not interested. Even that flashing is fucking making me bothered. Strobing. Strobing and Deke Whittam. And now I hold left, and I just wait, and now I'm gonna hold right, and yep. And that's it. Hey, this game's no good. It's boring. Hold left, wait, R2, R2, hold right, wait, R2, R2, hold left, wait, R2, R2. I don't think I'm going to fight that other guy. Where am I trying to go? You want to play Mass Effect? I have one. I think I have Mass Effect Andromeda, and I've never played a Mass Effect game before. I'd be willing. I don't like Dragon Age, but it's not because it's a bad game. I just don't like the combat. I actually, what did I play? Inquisition? And I thought that the it's Strobing. I gotta fight him. So let's see here. Oh, he grabbed me. He grabbed me. Okay. So if you block, they can grab you. Look at that. I'll explain what just happened. Okay, so. Oh, there's another fucking guy. All right, I'm gonna hold right. Yep. I'll hold left. Yep. Hold right. Look. Hold left, but he interrupted. No big deal. Hey, so this combat's no good, and I'll explain why. Because I just tested it twice and proved it twice. So it does not matter which direction the opponent swings. It doesn't matter what arm they use, and it doesn't matter what direction they use. You can dodge them both the same. So if he takes his right arm and swings left, or if he takes his left arm and swings right, you can dodge them both with right. So here's what you do. You wait for the enemy, they run towards you, you hold a direction, it does not matter what, and you wait. He then swings, and then if he stumbles, you hit him twice with R2. Then, if he swings and goes to swing again, you just reverse. That's all. Wait for the enemy, wait for him to walk to you, hold the direction. Once he swings and you dodge, start meleeing him, and then hold the other direction, and then wait. And then they'll swing, and then you can hold and wait. You don't need timing. You don't need to match the direction. I don't even know why you would block. Okay, then maybe they'll grab you. Okay, but that's only out of a block. Why would you be blocking? And you can't, and so then it just becomes, okay, when do I attack? Well, God forbid you create your own initiative. Wait for them to come to you, dodge, make sure they're finished attacking now. You are the enemy, I'm the player. I wait for you. Wait till they're done, attack them twice, and then hold the other direction, and then wait, and then attack twice. Now these are basic enemies. Maybe there will be an enemy who requires I match the left or right. I doubt it. Maybe there will be an enemy who has an undodgeable attack I have to block. I doubt it. But yeah. Maybe there will be an, you know, so we have, they will grab you sometimes. You know. They will grab you sometimes. Where am I supposed to go? Who was I supposed to go back to? I see maybe there's an enemy on fire back there. I don't think I've been this way. Am I trying to get up to the, I took the elevator up this way. I could probably take the elevator down, but that's wrong, right? I think I'm supposed to get back to that dude. I'm sure I could press a pause button and look at an objective list, but that's not fun. You know? Imagine if you were really this guy. He's got to figure it out without a pause menu.
System offline.
System offline. Don't I still have a fuse? There's the shitty flames.
All response teams mobilize immediately.
I think I take the elevator back down. And I'm in my cell. Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. I mean, I'm just exploring. It's fine. But I mean, it's almost like if this is the greatest tech demo I've ever seen. Silky smooth controls, wonderful metal and color schemes and graphics, you know, and then the combat is a chore. And if that's my motivation for doing it, I don't want to play it anymore. So then it's like, well, what about the story? I mean, I don't know or care.
No, I got you. I'm sending in Squad 9.
Sir, Squad 9 is gone.
Hold your
Sneak past Captain Ferris. Shouldn't I just, like, put a spike through his fucking brain and kill him?
Units, you are weapons free. Repeat, you are weapons free.
Yes, sir.
You. How the fuck did you get in here?
You think I got time for this shit?
He's tough because he swears.
Okay.
I was thinking I like Killzone way more than this. Killzone Shadowfall, that game was great. Oh my god, I love that. What a good experience. I love Killzone. It really has tactical, lethal combat. Really got to be smart playing that game. You can't just run and gun. And I love, you know, Doom Eternal is tight. I like a good run and gun game, but that game's tactical, man.
I told you.
This is my kingdom. It's all yours.
Who is he like? Who's the guy? Resident Evil... Was it Resident Evil 3 remake? You like get swarmed in that room. There are so many games that I never played, but I watched, and then I can't really recall what I know about them or remember about them because I didn't experience them myself. Stomp that guy. Did he kill them though?
You're harder than I thought. Just keep going now. I found a safe room up ahead.
Did they kill him though? I don't think so. I don't think so. He might have hit a balcony. Everybody you throw over balconies just finds their way back. I don't think this game is good. I don't think it's bad either. It's in that spot where it's like it's you know, it's a 6, like The Surge is bad. That's a bad game. It's offensive how unfun it is. This game is not that bad, but it's not even all right. It's not even okay. It's that 6.5 out of 10 range where you're like, okay, guys, really well. You're like, technically you built the whole thing, but the level, this is just a line. This level is just a line. It's a straightforward line. The curves are like an illusion. There's no level here. It's just straight. And the combat, there's one enemy. The combat exists in a vacuum. You literally get locked onto the enemy automatically. You stand still, and it's just Simon Says. That's not Resident Evil. Like, did you want to make an action game or what? Did you want to make a Batman game? Did you want to make a casual game? So then you say, okay, turn the difficulty up. No, that's not going to change the combat system. That's just going to change how much damage I take when the enemy hits me. That's not, you know, That's not going to do anything for you. If you just think difficulty is supposed to balance the damage and the ammo, I don't think you really understand difficulty. Like, we're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about difficulty right now. I've discussed it while playing games that offer better examples of changing the difficulty, changing the experience with the game. If I change the difficulty in this game, the experience will be exactly the same, which is maybe what the developers want. We want everybody to have the same experience, and it's like, then you should just adjust the difficulty automatically. There should be no difficulty. If it's just a matter of the health values or the time countdown or any of that stuff, right? Ammo, that's not difficulty.
To do what is required. To make the hard choices. As your new warden, I will do.
I can't crawl back there. Can't pick it up. It's tricky telling which of these robots are like... Oh, fuck. I almost hurt him. I kind of was dodging by default. And I dodged, and then, you know, okay, we traded. Yeah, I don't like it. Every time I see an enemy, I think, fuck, I'm gonna have to fight again, and it's not fun to fight. Whereas, you know, it's not fun to engage in enemies because you have another objective. It's kind of like in Returnal, when your objective is not to kill the enemies, it's to loot good stuff. So you have to, oh god, I have to kill these enemies again in order to see the loot. And then the loot's malignant. Like, that's another game where they really messed up. It should have been a shooting game with levels that were designed, no randomness, no loot. And it's like, you fuck it up at a like, you know, you produced it well. The assets and the graphics, whatever, but also the physics, the controls, it's smooth to move around, you like it, right? But at a design level, you screwed up. That reflects in the reviews, and that reflects in the sales. So, if designers, if they don't know it, dude, the proof of the pudding's in the eating. It makes sense why it failed. But if the designers, what I'm hearing is the designers do know it. And they tell the producers and directors, but they can't get through to the publishers. And it's like the publishers are controlling the design, and it's flopping. Flopping! I'm thinking of something that's very funny, but it's also very mean. I heard an interview with what's his name? Strauss.
Jacob, over here.
Saying he believed in Randy Pitchford, he's a great designer and all stuff. And maybe he is. Because I think Borderlands 4 is going to be amazing. I like Borderlands. But what else did Gearbox do? Gearbox did that Battleborn game. Which, you know, I didn't play, so maybe it just, you know, maybe it just didn't get its crowd. But I also played that Gearbox game. What's going on here? I also played that Gearbox game. Godfall. And that's another instance of the game is half-baked. Whatever is here is not enough to qualify as a full game. And the games that seem like full games, you like, okay, or like Resident Evil and Metal Gear, where there seems to be this big story, component that's above and beyond the gameplay. And you could have either separate from one another. You could watch the cutscenes. Are these items? I was gonna say, you can watch the cutscenes for those games independent of playing and still enjoy yourself. So,
Hey, what are you doing back there?
what is stopping a game like so then I also played Slitterhead, and I also played Ghostwire Tokyo. And I really liked both of them because I thought they had really great stories that were told in a linear fashion and really good gameplay where the movement and the combat was fun. So what's stopping these games, like Asian horror with legitimate action concepts, what's stopping them from being successful? Would you want to see a realistic graphic horror story that's told in like a movie format? Those games did a couple things really, really nicely. Those games told stories very similar to Asian horror films or detective films, like thriller, suspense, thriller, not horror, thriller or drama, in almost that understated dialogue with really exciting action scenes. So imagine a game. So then there's the one point. The story. The story is like legitimate film in the style of their films, right? Kind of like how, you know, Western, American, and European games that are rewarded for their story kind of pair with, you know, Witcher is like a fantasy movie, Red Dead's like a Western movie. It's like good, right? Like if you were to call it a film and look at the cutscenes, it would qualify. Resident Evil looks like an Western style horror film, action horror film made by like a Japanese developer. It's kind of interesting. Even though Capcom has a lot of, you know, they have enough presence in America where the culture is very cross-collaborated, collateralized, cross-colonized. So let's see this. When you take these Asian horror titles that are really good stories, but you put them in this action package, people aren't really playing them. So action gamers don't want horror, and Japanese gamers don't want action. Well, what if you took like the RPG style, whether it's turn-based or real, of like, what did I play? Eternites, or Genshin, or Tower Fantasy. What if you took that model of a game, whether it's open world or not, I don't care, and whether it's real-time combat, it's not real-time combat. It's either like stat boost buff sequence combat, like kind of like how some people play Elden Ring and Dark Souls, right? I equip the weapons, so inventory, so getting equipment, gathering equipment, or Zenless Zone Zero, like all that stuff. I'm going to do missions or chores to grab gear I need, stat buffs I need, buff myself up, and then it's almost like this turn-based combat thing. But all those games have anime. They have anime graphics. So what if you did this? What if you took that game style, the combat and the system of like Zenless Zone Zero, and you had that fight style, but you had it with a horror story that had real graphics. So it doesn't have to be an action game with a horror setting. It can be that type of like turn-based combat RPG game. What's the other one? ZZZ's big, Genshin is big. There's another one, Honky Star Rail. That one, dude. Why are they all... So they're anime because they're popular. Then it means one of two things. Either horror is not popular out there, plus the regulations. I mean, maybe that's it, man. Maybe that's it. But I think that'd be cool. Honky Star Rail or ZZZ system, but a game with realistic graphics, and it's like a horror game. I think that'd be cool.
Jacob, get in here.
Let me do this.
This'll come in handy, though. Take that over to the Reforge. You can use it to print a new weapon. That'll give me a minute to tap into the system.
So now I finally get a gun. All right. Print a weapon at the Reforge. The loot crate. Energy converter, Callisto credits.
Unit online.
What is this? Buy or sell. So let's buy this.
In progress.
Oh, I had the handle.
Okay, got it. If we're gonna get out of here, we need a ship, one that you can fly. Now, I found an inmate with the skills to hack the network and call one down from orbit. Bad news
With the
is they're in the
skills.
chute. Maximum security. Be fucking tough getting in.
Why is this guy helping me? Just because he wants to live too?
Cool bothering you?
Makes sense.
Yeah, ever since I got it.
Yeah, they can scramble your brains a little bit. Don't worry, you get used to it.
Yeah, you sure know a lot about this place.
Yeah, I've had nothing but time.
Okay, so what's next? The shoe? We just waltz our way in there?
Why would you want to make a game?
Could. It's not gonna be that easy, bro.
4 years and 100
I've been here a
million.
long
Why
time.
would you want
I've
to
got
do that?
privileges that you don't. So I'm gonna have to take you a different way. But I'll be your eyes and ears, and I'll guide you along.
I always like quick stuff. You know, that's why I like streaming. Turn it on and let's go. Pick a game, turn it on. I'm done.
Afraid not.
You
I'll
know?
get that door for you.
Same thing with music. It's like, you know, write a couple riffs, write some lyrics that rhyme, only time for dinner. Strategic targeting system. After performing melee combo attack, look for the quick shot indicator, target on the enemy. Is that triangle then? Press and hold the L2 button, then quickly press the R2 button to automatically lock on the enemy and fire the weapon. Yeah, but I don't need to do that because my melee weapons don't break, and firing is going to waste ammo. So unless I can kill them sooner than I would fighting them, like if I can kill them in one sequence rather than 3 sequences. Aim down the sight, and he's there again. Oh, fuck. Triangle. This doesn't feel good either. Oh, this game sucks. I missed. I missed again. Well, then I'll just melee. Just shooting their helmet out. Wait, I can't melee him? Because he grabs me? Maybe some guys you can't melee. So what happened there? First of all, aiming is really slow because it needs to be. So my camera's fast and my aiming is slow. But it's not a run and gun game. The next thing is the gun, it's like an air gun. It goes like... It just has absolutely no impact at all. It's like a space gun, some type of space pistol. But it's not a laser pistol, but it's not a ballistic pistol. Because it's got to work in, you know, I don't know. It can puncture the hull of the ship. I don't know. This fucking game stinks. What's my reload button, or does it not matter? And what's my ammo counter, does it not matter? It looks like 0? Yeah, it looks like 0. Look how bright it is. I can appreciate that the game has so many colors, but it's just square! It's a fucking T! The level is the letter T! This game is not good. They spent so much time and money making this game. It was like 65 million plus another 20 for marketing or something like that. 85 million? Why? I wish they could learn how to make games faster. But here's another thing. If you want to release a story game, I think that's your first mistake. Players don't want fucking story. They want action. But then there are players like me who want story. So this is really confusing. Okay, and this is where we discuss product market fit. Okay. You really need to understand what you're making. And you need to know who your audience is. So like Expedition 33, that was like, we're going to make a combination of an Eastern and Western story with a turn-based strategy type that players really like. You know, and we got to know. They kind of knew who their audience was. So that's fine, right? So then we come to a game where it's like, okay, it's going to cost us 85 million to make this, and it's going to take 5 years. And you're like, no. Because that's not enough money. That's too long to spend that amount of money. You're missing something and wasting something. We'll give you 40 million. and we'll give you 2 years, and we expect to be done in 3. We'll work from there. We'll work from there, right? We're going to give you 10, and then 20, and then 40, and we'll work out from there, right? So they're spending too long polishing a turd. That's for one. It's not exciting, and the game design is just not there. Like, the graphics are there. And if the game had shit graphics, if this game had shitty graphics and was a bad indie... I've played indie games that have better level design than this. Shitty $10 sci-fi horror games. There's a number of them that have better level design than this. This is just a fucking line. There are Quake 3 arena maps with better level design than this. This is really unacceptable. It's unacceptable how unfun this is. How weak the guns feel. How you're like, it's all banking on this unique melee system that is less fun than a beat 'em up or than like footsies. There's no footsies, there's no spacing, so like Dark Souls 1 has better combat than this. A game that's not supposed to focus on combat has better combat than this. The Batman games have, like, it's not Batman level of you can just close your eyes and mash, literally, which I did when I played Arkham City. But like, there's just no skill involved in fighting. You don't need to. It's not like I'm excited to get into an intense boxing match and I'm like really railing these punches and like comboing them and juggling them. Nothing like that happens. It's fucking whack. And it's like, this is a hallway and then there's going to be an enemy and I'm waiting for the level to appear. I'm waiting for the level where I got to know the map in my mind, where it spreads out and interconnects, where I'm exploring an environment. This is a hallway. Here, we're going to shoot him. I'm out of ammo. And it's strobing. X is quick kill. Shouldn't it be triangle? Shouldn't it be triangle? So it's interact rather than stomp, I guess. Because you might stomp instead of interacting. Okay. Why would you even have it, dude? You could have a swing. There's just... If you know it causes seizures, why add it to the game? Oh my god. And you could just see him looking fat like Phil Spencer. Grinning. Oh my god. Grinning. Like, no, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I insist, it's a good idea. So, wait, I missed. Maybe you shoot them and then... I forget what the fucking control is. Because there's 3 different fucking controls for the same thing. He's still alive, and I'm dead. Hey, I fucking hate this game. That's fucked up. So, first of all, how many damn controls are there? R2 is melee, triangle is stomp, X is sneak kill, and L2 during the quick time prompt, and then R2 is shoot. But it's not going to kill him. Why would I do it then? Why would I quick shot in combat and blow his brain out, literally, if it's not going to kill him? He's going to one-arm sneak attack. Damn, dude, glass jaw. Why? Because this game stinks. That's fucking why. That's why. That's why. Because this game sucks. That's why. And aiming is whack. Look, he's got no head. And then just hold left, because I used it already. So you use that to blow their limbs off. So wait a minute, should I so you use that to blow their limbs off in combat. To stop them from doing moves. And maybe you have to quick shot them, because blowing their limbs off is necessary for defeating them. Maybe if you just beat them up with your melee weapon, you'll never kill them because you're not dismembering them, so you have to quick shot them, which then means you may as well not use the gun outside of melee combat. So now we're adding another layer. I don't know why it can't just be triangle. Triangle is what breaks the grab anyway. I don't know why we need another fucking, you know. And I'm a fighting game player. You think I can't hit combos? I can. You think I can't confirm combos? What's the average gamer gonna do? You know? Do I hold the controller this way or that way? They don't fucking know. Good thing that guy had 4 bullets in his pocket. Otherwise, it would have wasted it all, you know, in his cranium. Love those reflections, though. But then you think, okay, you know what game this reminds me of? What was that Warhammer game, Space Marine 2? That game stinks. That game was so fucking boring. But you know, I got to admit, that game gave more of a bombastic, fuller experience. You know? But it's, you know, you're running. You're in this big scenario. Stuff's happening all around you. You're fighting the Tyranids, you know? You're running. You have grenades. You have a chainsaw. I don't know. It's like, but then go a step above that. What about Lords of the Fallen? That game had a real combat system. But then go a step above that. Doom Eternal. That's got electric guitar and down tuning. So it's sort of like this scale of how to achieve, how to execute and realize the idea of an action game, of an action scenario. It's got to be killer, fast, exciting, and you got to, and it either works or it doesn't. So this one is really low on the list. It's nudging in between. I want to be a story game and tell the story. We have Uncharted, we have Spider-Man, and Ghost of Tsushima. And those games that have great stories, the story transcends the gameplay. Whether you like the gameplay or not, you could turn it on easy and mash through the combat, and you get a great story. And I remember Spider-Man for the story. I don't remember it for the combat. But then when you have a game that's got no story and it's just action, okay, it'll live or die by its combat system. Do you want Demacia? Do you want Liza P? Do you want Lords of the Fallen? It's all combat. And you can, you know, building weapons, whatever. So this game is like, well, it's got to be. We want to capture an audience that does exist. They want thrilling action games that let them play the movies that we all watched as kids. We watch movies and then we want to play them, right? And we're, you know, I'm an adult. I don't have much time. Give me an 8 to 10 hour thrilling action game, and it's linear, and I'll play it. I don't want to get stuff at difficult bosses. I don't want to get lost or stuck on a puzzle. Give me an experience. So like, okay, we'll try and do that. Well, the combat is fucking lackluster. And the levels look like the alphabet. And I guess since we crash landed this ship, there's not been a cutscene. So what am I playing this for? The controls are very smooth, and I like to hold L1 and tilt the analog stick to run around. That's what I'm enjoying about this. Imagine if you could scale, and imagine if you had to climb, and imagine if you had to, like, search the ship. I mean, should it not have been a melee game? Should it have been a shooting game? He's bulky and the camera zoomed in. It's different than Resident Evil. Just imagine it being done a little bit differently. Imagine it being executed and designed a little bit differently. The graphics are great. You know, the detail and all the modeling and the debris and the color scheme. And you think about fear. You know, think about how scattered and cluttered those levels were. You think about Prey. Think about how I was excited to explore each room on the ship. And there were big cathedral ceilings and multiple 3-4 levels of stairs you could look straight up and see. And you would stumble onto hidden aliens, you know, that you would have to debug. And you got useful, and it's like, and the whole thing just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding, and you're learning more and more. you're not going to be able to take a risk on an experience when the story's not really that great. And the game is not really that great because the expense is great. And that's why really great stories and really weird games are coming out in the indie space, but they have shitty graphics. Circle to move quietly. What? Like, this isn't tense. Can I sneak kill at least one of them? Circle to move quietly and not run. He's gonna see me though. No, he did or didn't. I have a light on myself that I just noticed. I'm trying to sneak kill one of them. He saw me. I'm crouching! How did he see me if I'm crouching? I'm gonna hold right, stomp him. And I got grabbed from behind. I'm gonna hold left. So maybe we want to do it this way. I'm gonna hold right, dodge. So it wasn't intense because it was complicated? He saw me though, that was such bullshit. Maybe he saw me crouching behind the pattern? I don't know, dude.
Access denied.
I can't open it. You'll need to find security credentials. Look around for any dead guards nearby.
What was the game that I played? The game that I mentioned in the beginning of this stream. The other space game. What was the other space game that I played? That game almost had more of an intense story scenario than this. Or like Under the Waves. That's a very intense, immersive experience. But it's all story. So gamers don't want story. I don't even think gamers want Metal Gear story. You know? Or, you know, they just like jerking them off. I mean... Look for a guard.
Found one.
Found one where? Oh, but of course it didn't show up
Use
beforehand.
your shift to dig out their implant.
Wait, what?
You don't have a choice. It's the only
Oh,
way.
wait, what? I'm a nice guy. I've never done anything like that before. Now, shut up and fucking do it. Wouldn't even think twice.
You do what you gotta do in here.
Might have post-trauma after that. Shut up.
There's a way of changing you.
Yeah, it's so intense. The shit that we've seen in other video games and in this one. Shut up, bitch. After I dug the thing out of his back. You know, they implanted one in you too. Do you really give a shit about any of these guards? He's already dead. Also, it's not like, dude, it's not, you know. Oh my god. Fuck this game. And I've yet to see a fucking glory kill. And it's been almost 2 hours. Locate the medical facility. I'm gonna have to go to the hospital after this experience. This game sucks. And it looks so good. Even just the scene, like, damn, you know, what is that? You know, the light and the orange and just, you know. But there's no gameplay. No gameplay. There's no game to play. Shut up. Snuck me. How exciting. Quick shot. Another quick shot. Wow. Stomp him. Just like every other combat sequence, it's exactly the same. Didn't have to think at all, just react. Memorize and react. Simon says dodge left, Simon says roll right. No initiative or blah blah blah. Fuck. How far down you want to go? Some map or anything? I'm not really one to look at, you know, to want to pause the game in the middle of anything. I don't want to fucking sneak either. At the very least, I'd rather fight than sneak. So what, locked because of a fuse? Oh. And then you can go into an optional area But listen, you can go into an optional area. Is it worth going into optional areas? Because here's the thing. Well, one, it might not be optional. But it says supply, so if you need supplies, which I don't. Two, there's going to be enemies ambushing you in there, so all the health packs and ammo you get is going to be wasted on the enemies in the fucking room. So I'm not going to do it. Eat my shit. Play even less of the game. Play as little as I can. You know what game was really good? Submersed. That game was really good. How far did I get in Doom 3? Doom 3. Do you remember the third or fourth level where you start fighting the skeletons with the rockets on their shoulders? I think I couldn't really get past that because I had, like, you know, just like a pistol and double hit. A pistol and a shotgun. You don't really have many guns. That game's lousy for guns. I mean, it makes sense that the enemies in this have credits because they were prisoners. You know? They would have money. But when they have bullets... We want to press triangle again. Someone gonna sneak scare me. And another thing is, do you think this would be better as, like, a Resident Evil 1 style survival horror game where you have to go, you know, you have to go kind of go into the game. I don't know what I'm saying here. I'm trying to line up this fucking stupid screenshot, but of course it stinks. He's looking back at me, like, what about RE1 Mansion, where you have to go down into the chamber of the sharks, you know? What if this game were like that? What if this game were an interconnected level where you had to look for items and you had to bring them back? And it's like Resident Evil 1, but a sci-fi setting with melee combat. But that's a good idea, and you have to execute, and obviously they can't. How are you going to fucking design that? You're going to design an interconnected spaceship that is like the RE1 Mansion, and you're going to design zombies that are really alien monsters from turned prisoners, and then you're going to learn about each individual prisoner who you know, had proclivities for certain things and would leave items or have items in his cell or leave them around here or whatever. You know, he'd like to go into the rec room, so maybe check the rec room to get his stuff. You know, you know, whatever. And then you could get, you know, and what do the guards have? The guards have guns or armor. What do the scientists have? Oh, they're working on, you know, proton cannons, right? Let me go down to the scientist lab and then come back. Let me go to the guards, you know, security room or the Foot Locker, I don't know, and then come back.
I'm in medical.
But they're like, we don't want to make that. Well, that's what people want to play. You should try and make that. Well, we have a story to tell. Yeah, but it's like these little scattershot stories. How the fuck does Metal Gear do it, and Resident Evil do it, and Dead Rising do it, and Final Fantasy, and Stranger in Paradise? There are all of these Japanese... It's like a Japanese style of storytelling, but not a Western style of story, where it almost is more about plot, and it's, you know, the character profile rather than what they say. Who they are rather than what they say is more important. And like, what you see happening is not even important. Wouldn't you argue that Uncharted and Last of Us have very different story styles than Stranger of Paradise or like a Capcom game like Resident Evil, Dead Rising, or, you know, Metal Gear Solid? Wouldn't you say that? How would you not say that? So this is not bombastic enough as a Western game. This game almost needs more cutscenes. And they're doing a good job of showing us new things. Look, medical, gurneys, like whitish, grayish color schemes instead of the copper or instead of the orange. Like, we see new stuff, but what's the level? This level is it's the letter C! The level is the letter C! These cunts just wrote the alphabet. Level 1, A, level 2, B. And it's like, these were the production notes, and it was just like, what do we call these levels? I don't know, dude. Just get like, okay, we'll just label them. The level is just labeled like A, B, C. And then the designer, like, they outsourced the level design, and the designer was like, oh, I guess they want this level to look, I guess this is the blueprint for the level. B, C, D, level, this is level D. It's literally the letter D. Oh my god, it's shape. This game stinks! What do I know about level design? Did that scare us? Can I shoot him through here? What do I know about level design? Why don't you put up my E-machines back from 1990 and check all the maps I made for Unreal Tournament, and then we'll talk. I think I got a PS2 memory card with time splitters levels as well. Don't ever fucking ask me what I know about level design. But when people talk about combat design, they just mean the fucking motion capture and the animation, which is extremely valuable. But man, what are you thinking about, right? The strategy. Oh, so another thing I was talking about earlier when I mentioned
Captain Ferris had.
Yeah, talk to me.
That's a grip. Bastard guards love to use it on us inmates.
Yeah, I remember.
But it's good. It works on all sorts of things too. Go on, give it a go.
Will do.
I was talking about what was I talking about? I was talking about oh, the fact that when you see an enemy in this game and it automatically locks only onto one enemy, you're limited for how many you can fight, and you're limited to how many you can handle. Well, let's take a look at this. What about God of War, classic God of War, and even new God of War, In fact, let's look at new God of War. They mix and match the enemies in a level to force you to fight multiple different types, and if you would fight one where, oh, you have to use heavies to smash his armor first before, but then this girl's turning you to stone, or it's like, oh, you have to grab this guy, but she's turning you to stone, and you're getting stoned when you're grabbing him. It's like, oh shit, I learned one enemy, then a second enemy, now I have to fight them both together, and that scenario's weird. In this game, you're never going to fight more enemy types. Like, who do we see? A zombie who spits at you, okay? He's going to be the only guy in the level. Maybe you could have it where it's like, alright, we want you to only focus on one enemy at a time. We want it to feel really intense, like this enemy is so important, you're only fighting one. We don't want you to fight swarms, but that doesn't really make sense. These enemies are like, what do they not like each other or something? Like you live in your compartment and I'll live in my compartment, and and we'll just pretend that we don't even exist because we don't get along because we're zombies. Like, it's kind of weird that they're not all just smashing and banging together. And you can never really fight multiple enemies at once. And so what I'm saying is that they're going to make you focus on one enemy at a time. There better be like such a unique enemy type. Like, why would I want to bring him toward me? This game sucks. Oh, I'm out of ammo for my grip. Well, then why would you want to do that if there's ammo? Because it's variety and that's fun! No. Oh, fuck. Where's my weapon? And look, they like take turns. Alright, I dodged left. I dodge. I'm holding right, but it doesn't matter. Because now I have to fight multiple at once. And they wait. You can see them waiting. This game sucks. And I have yet to see a fucking glory kill, dude. Hold the dodge. And I'm dead. No? Well, okay. Hold down. And I'm dead. Because you can't... I should've... That's on me. I should've just kept fighting. That's 100% on me. 100% I should've stayed in the fight. Because I was thinking, like, what's the thing again? Now I just fight him. And I shot him, and he didn't die. Then I was like, well, he's back. Let me heal. Then I was like, wait a minute. They said it takes some time to kneel down and put it in your back. So, this game fucking sucks. But you see, right? Like, grab him and hit him and grab him and hit him and grab him and hit him. And it's like, hey, this is stupid. Oh, you run out of ammo. Well, then don't even use it. Well, no, you can use it for variety. It's like, it's another resource. Like, you could grab him and pick him up as a resource. You could use the gun as a resource. Or you could just use melee. Well, melee is really difficult and scary, so... Yeah, it's kind of not really that effective. What if there's two guys, which now there's two. You know, first there was one, ha ha ha, now there's two, ha ha. So it's like, okay, maybe I'll shoot one and fight another. Stand still, hold left, okay, we dodged. Hold right, okay. And you see the second enemy waits there. Because you're not locked onto them. So they just stand there and wait. Because you can't dodge two at once. It's not fair. So why are there ever two enemies on the screen at once? To give the pseudo feeling of being overwhelmed. This game fucking sucks! It's not designed well. It's not arranged well. Don't you get it? How do you not... Dude. Only some 6 out of 10 game developer with low self-esteem would sell this and go, it's a great experience. Is it? Is it a great experience? Is it? Maybe it will be your last fucking game. I mean, fuck, dude. It's not art. It's not supposed to be art. You know what game's a work of art? State of Mind. You know what game's a work of art? Lake. Those games are works of art. And they're artwork because of their story. Not because of their gameplay. That's why they get credit. I couldn't gravitate him. So there's something that happens, when you hit a guy too many times, and then he grabs you and blows you off of him, I think he's kind of invulnerable, so to speak. Because if you can't try and hit him again because there's not enough time to start the attack. But if you try and quick draw shoot him, even without the prompt, not the quick shot, but just shoot him, or gravitate him, he doesn't get stunned. So if I hit him too many times and he blows me off him, and then I try and shoot him with my handgun, that doesn't interrupt his next attack. So you can melee them until they repel you, and then you can just... oh fuck, I didn't even need the health back. You could just dodge again if you've been memorizing whether you're on a left or a right. Where's the fuse? Oh, I never took it from the beginning. I mean, I don't like this game at all. I would rather play an action game like... I'd rather play Devil May Cry 1. In terms of the brawling melee combat. Where you can actually do combos and style and juggle. No, I have the fuse, so what is the fucking problem here? Why wouldn't it let me put it in there? Man, I don't like this game. It fucking sucks. There's another guy. Why did I come back here? And then wait, I got hit by... do I not have ammo? I wonder if it should not... I don't have ammo! Why are you giving me a quick shot prompt if I don't have ammo? As far as I'm concerned, you should not even be allowed to aim the gun if you don't have ammo. But that's me. See, look, I tried to grab... Look, see? I tried to gravitate him mid-swing and it didn't interrupt him. That's another bullshit element. I have anti-gravity. Yeah, but what about my fucking hand? What about my hand? Not my handgun, just my hand. What's the ammo on my gravity bomb? I don't know. I don't know. Because if I use it, oh, now it's wasted. Oh, now it's wasted. So maybe it respawns. Maybe it respawns and then it has to... It's not infinite. I can't use it infinitely on the enemies. Unless I'm just not... Unless you can use it infinitely, but you have to target them, and I'm not targeting them, and it's like, did you want to touch the door behind the enemy? You see what I'm saying? Like, let's find an item. I think I don't have any ammo for it right now. I think it has ammo. I think that it has ammo. This is... Look, no! Ah! I dodged. I fucking held right. And it's like, what was... So, we come to the door, there's a big guy, okay, an enemy, okay, and then a big guy, okay, cool, exciting. A new enemy, and two at once, fine. Then you walk backwards, oh shit, two more enemies, okay, fine. Then you walk forward, a third enemy! What is different about fighting 3 groups of enemies in a fucking row? It's not that there's 5 enemies. It's that you fight enemies 3 times. In a row, in the same letter C. Go watch my playthrough of Submersed, and you tell me which is more fucking entertaining. Maybe I put this there. Look, fuse. Press X. Put the fuse. Takes the fuse out. Puts the fuse in. Now remember when I walked up here before, and I pressed X and he didn't do it, and I backtracked, and then I had to fight enemies and I got killed, and then I got pissed? But that's my fault. Every time you don't have a good experience with the video game, it's your fault because you are the player. How dare you blame the developers? How dare you criticize? Do not you dare criticize the developers. Because you never paid for the game. You just got it for free when you paid $120 to Sony PlayStation. What was behind that other door then? Oh wow, gory scene. Let me focus on it. Oh wow, they hung themselves. Why did that guy hang himself? Oh god. Well, there's another door I wanted to go to first. Why'd that guy hang himself, yet the other guy was tied up? They hanged him? They're the hanged man? Battery pack. Grip battery pack. The grip will slowly recharge over time and can also be recharged quickly with grip battery. If the grip runs out of power while holding an enemy or object, it will drop. Grip will automatically consume a battery from the inventory. If available, to refill the blue grip power meter on the back of his neck. Aha! Blue grip meter on the back of his neck. Grip batteries can also be manually used in the inventory screen. Grip can be picked up, found in loot, and dropped by enemies. So that's how I know whether I have... So the one blue bar in his neck shows I have grip, and then the blue max bar. So instead of looking ahead, instead of looking at the reticle, instead of looking at the enemy, instead of looking at his hand, I look at his neck. Do you think that is a great place to have the ammo count? Do you think that you could have the fucking ammo count on his fucking arm? Do you see where there's already orange and blue on his fucking arm? Do you think you could have ammo from his hand, down his wrist, down his forearm, down his fucking glove? Don't you think there could be a vertical bar? And at the top is 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. So if you reach for an enemy and you go, oh shit, I only have 2 grips left. Or you go, oh man, shit, I got 5 grips left. No, let's put it on the back of his fucking neck, where there's already a critical meter, which is also going to change color to indicate something totally different to me, his health. Might be his last game. What a tragedy! These fucking developers suck. They're no good. And the funniest thing is, all I'm spitting are facts about game design. I can't even program. Not that you'll need to very soon. You can just speak into your fucking Zarathustra, and he's gonna fucking program for you, for all I care. Oh, blood on the floor. What does it say? AIDS? I can't model. You don't need to model. We have asset models in the library. Oh, but you can't animate. It's no problem. We have asset models in the library, animation library, in Unreal. So, I mean, shit. Well, I can't design levels. No problem. We can procedurally generate levels. Okay, so you can generate levels. You have an asset library with animations. So what's going to happen? Either you're going to innovate with system design, combat system design, or like menu inventory system design, UX design maybe, overlays, interface, menus. And then story, cutscene, dialogue. So okay, the real art, which is the story, not the graphics. The graphics are not the artwork. In a way, they are. It's half and half. It's half and half. Because I love visual art, and I don't practice it. So I can respect it outside of practicing it. I'll talk shit all day about music and writing, but I don't draw, I can't paint, so. The style and the aesthetic is extremely important because it pairs with the environment we get to be in, right? We're the player. We get to be there. We're not the character. We get to watch them in cutscenes and listen to them in dialogue with other characters. So you can have cutscene masters, you can have writers, you can have voice actors. Cool. So that's one level. Then you have the visuals. And what's a game that I really praise that doesn't get credit for its visuals? Mortal Kombat 1. The whites and the golds and the green and the purple, right? How far back the stages go. These 1,000-foot dragon statues, and they don't get credit for that, right? Really, really makes you feel like I'm in this unique place, and I wonder what's going to happen here. So that gets credit. And then there's going to be, okay, how do we get to interact with this world? I got my pouch, I got my med kit, my ammo, I'm feeding my horses a little crumb cake to make him ride faster in Red Dead, or, Naya or PoE. I got my gems, I got my loot, I got my blue sword, my purple sword. So this game is just like fumbling. I would say Stellar Blade is better than this. I enjoyed Stellar Blade more for the story. And even that combat, to put it on easy and mash, you're this robot, the heads-up display looks like a computer program. I mean, I was more curious about that world. They got bugs, Starship Troopers smashing on the beach. What do we do here? Reforge? I don't want to make anything, dude. I hate this fucking game. What does this say? Ammo for handgun. What does this say? Riot control swing unlocks a new heavier attack. Stupid. What does it do? Extreme situation requiring damage over control. A new low attack for following successful block. Shut up. Increased velocity. Lightweight alloy encasement that enhances swing velocity by reducing aerodynamic drag. Oh my god. Length of the officer's melee combo. I think I just want damage, right? Duh. Wouldn't you want damage? Heavier attack, ideal for situations requiring damage over control. Wouldn't you want that? What does this do? Stability. Reconfigure sprint to reduce grip. I don't have a problem with recoil, dude. I don't have a problem with recoil. What about this? Increase energy capacity for aftermarket expansion cells. Increase grip recharge rate with additional heat sinks. You would think that's what you would want, right? Additional heat sinks. Launch strength by removing safeties. Maybe this is good. Target can be injured upon impact. Maybe we want this. Yeah, okay, fine.
Cycle complete.
I hate this game. Is this what it's for? What else can I buy? What is this? Health injector. What about the bat? Alright. Where else do I need to go? Was this not where I was supposed to go? Because I skipped that part. I skipped the one part. I'm completely lost. Anyway, it's fine. This is where I'm supposed to go. Alright, let me look at this. My brain is really fading. I have no interest in this game. Who's still alive?
Jacob!
Nobody?
You made it! I'm gonna open up the maintenance elevator. That'll get you
Oh,
up
that was
here,
him coughing from the smell. For an elevator. Shut up.
Looks like it's busted.
Get inside.
They're
I can drive it
bosses.
from here.
You sure
I don't know if that
about
would be cool or not. Yeah, like Darksiders.
Down
Just
nice and easy.
there's so many types of games.
Brakes don't look too
And when
good.
you just look at an example of a good game,
I'm trying.
you can compare this to games of the same type, or you can compare this to games that were better. And it doesn't matter if it's of a different type.
The system's not responding. You've got to do
They
it
all
manually.
have to be good.
What? How? Just jam something into the brake. Hurry!
I think there was some gameplay. I started holding the cut. He didn't seem like he was doing anything, so I started holding up on the analog stick, and maybe it worked.
Jacob, you still with me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fading fast, dude. This game stinks.
I need to figure out why this system's acting up. Reset the power down there and get to the other elevator. You're nearly here.
Another elevator. Can't wait.
Alright, a new enemy. I got a triangle. I have to mash it.
What the hell?
On the way out of the basement. Use required. Let's climb up here. Yeah, I don't really want to explore too much because I don't care. I don't even really want to play this that much more. I don't like, what is this game? There's no story anymore. That was kind of like Riders Republic, where there was that opening cutscene. He's hitting me from fucking down below. All right, I'm out of ammo and I'm zoning out, and I forgot that I have to dodge. Okay. I'm completely checked out mentally from what this experience is. And he has health. Okay, so before I heal after I kill a guy, I gotta check if they drop health. What is this level? I saw that thing and I tried running. Here's what I thought. Here's what I thought. I climbed up this thing and I walked around, and it's kind of reminded me a little bit of Doom 3, kind of reminded me about Resident Evil 8. And I'm like, what's the game here, right? What am I really doing as a player? What's my motive? Because it's not for the story. That's non-existent. That hasn't existed since we crash-landed on this prison planet. So I'm running around and I'm looking, and it's like, well, what am I looking for? And I think I'm not looking for anything. I'm just looking at the game. I'm just kind of looking at it. But the thing then is, well, is this like Resident Evil 2 remake where there's like a clear map. They mapped out the level, and then you have to like make your way through it. There's tactical enemy placements. You have to find items, and it's like, no, they just sort of made this level so it just sort of exists to house. It just sort of exists to like hold a spawn for your character. And I'm kind of running around this level, not really learning it or looking for anything, and then an enemy shows up, and it's like, oh, gotta fight him again, I guess. And I'm kind of like, you're back and forth between running and fighting, and you don't really know why you're even doing it. I'm never playing this again. I'm never going to touch this after I shut off, and I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to forget about it an hour after I stop playing. It's forgettable. I mean, Alone in the Dark deserves as much credit for the mise en scène. It's a film term, meaning the items that are strewn about the scene. You want to hit me? I swung twice. I have no ammo. So, you know, it gets credit for that, right? Most games design the floor plan and then just scatter a bunch of random shit. Other games that need to lean on the mise en scène, lean on how decorated the room is to try and create some aesthetic appeal and enforce the setting. Alone in the Dark did it well. Hogwarts Legacy did it well. I will argue this game does it well. But there are other games that do it worse, but have great level. Like Doom Eternal isn't that fancy in terms of what objects are on the ground. But I mean, if they give you a ramp or a platform or something to run around, you would think that these games would look at. Okay, here's another thing I'm noticing. First-person games that come from the shooter space, Doom Eternal and Splitgate 2 being recent first-person shooters I played. They really understand how you have to map the floor plan and let people run around and what's interesting and where they'd want to go, where they would think to go, because they're thinking, where do I want to travel to shoot another guy? And then third-person games lately have been more about open world, and it's like, just give them some green grass. And it's like, okay, but when you hand terrain that stuff, like in the Horizon Zero Dawn or Far Cry Primal, when you hand make a cave, so you make them crouch down and then you make them look up at the light opening, or when you make the hill and then you make them cross down because you can't just jump down this waterfall and there's an elephant there you got to fight. Like, that was all done consciously by a human who said, hey, that's fun. That's not procedurally generated. So I'm noticing a lot of open world games are third person, and it's either just like, I don't know, here you go, here's some green grass. And then you get into the city, and it's like, I don't know, here you go. Here's a square block with the square building and squares, and it's lazy. It's lazy. And doing it well is extremely difficult and time-consuming. So what do you want to do? You want to spend the time and do it well, because that's the only way to get the money back, or do you want to do it lazily? That's a big risk as well. I would rather you not do it than do it lazy. Because we have enough examples in the last 5 years of games that lost money. I don't care who likes them or how they're reviewed. They lost money. That's a fact. It would have been better if the resources were spent paying people to do something else. Fact. And the only way I can understand that to change in the future is not more marketing. The companies know, why waste money advertising something that's people aren't going to buy, because it's no good. Then the question becomes, why aren't they buying it? The one thing is, we made a really good game. I would say, keep advertising and find your audience if you believe it's really good. There are games that didn't really become popular. They didn't even get a moment. Slitterhead is a great example. I don't know how this lined up. Slitterhead released right near Silent Hill 2 Remake. And Silent Hill 2 Remake was, for all intents and purposes, a hit. It really hit really well. It was, videos and articles, and it was in the consciousness for like 2 months. And it did well, so well they're making more Silent Hills, and they're making Silent Hill 1 remake probably. So, but Slitterhead is a fucking good game. It's got a cool, silly story that's not that scary, and it's got a really good melee combat system. Better than this. I played the demo. I fucking loved it. How come nobody else played it? You know? What, like, that guy was involved in what? Wasn't that guy one of the original creators of Silent Hill? Or, you know, there are all these horror games. What? I don't get it. So I would say, okay, you have a good game. It's always going to be good. You could always continue to promote it. People could always rediscover it if it's good. You don't want to patch a game that's bad. You don't want to add DLC to a game that's bad. You don't want to adjust the quality of life for a game that's bad. I heard the same thing about Lords of the Fallen. 4.5. This is boring already. I'm so sick and tired of it. You can never see it. Because it's supposed to be some set piece that drags me into there. That's fucking dumb. I don't have any health packs. What is this circle on my fucking arm? Can I run in there and die? Yep. I don't know that should be allowed. What else was I going to say? You don't want to adjust quality of life for shitty games. Can I shoot this guy? I don't have ammo. Oh my god, this game sucks. So now we're seeing traps all over the place. But I need oh, can I I don't have ammo. What does it say? Can I reforge? I don't know. Who cares? I kind of got turned around. I kind of got turned around and forgot where I was supposed to go. We're seeing a lot of those. My inventory is not full. You mean I tapped it and didn't hold it? Oh my god. I forgot where I'm supposed to go, and I got turned around fighting that dude. Okay, here we go. We'll sneak. Like, look at that. Like, look at this. These graphics are so good. Why couldn't they make the level design just as good? What doesn't he understand? What doesn't he understand about level design? There's 6 of them. I have ammo! Oh my god. He's gonna see me now. He stood up! Oh my god. Right, hang on. Where was the... I'm dead. He dropped down, and I couldn't tell if he stood up or not, and I tried to recrouch. And then I was gonna try and sneak attack that one dude. I don't know. Nothing about this game is memorable or fun. Wait, why is he here? Oh, he drops down. Now he hears me. No big deal. Oh, he didn't reload it yet. Yeah, good. Yeah, miss. Am I dead? I can't tell when I'm dead or not. Holding down. I'm holding down. I have health. I have health. I picked it up. It says inventory full. I have health. It says inventory fucking full, dude. It says inventory full of health. The loading takes too long too. I hate this game. I hate it. I hate it. I'm just getting tired and hungry. Tired of playing this shitty ass game. So I have no health. That's no good. That's no good. Drag them to... That's fucking trial and error bullshit. I'm not doing that. Drag them to the... QuickTime indicators. Look. Inventory full of ammo. So then they want me to spend ammo. Here's what I thought. Here's another thing that I thought. I climbed up this ridge, and then I looked at the spot, and I thought, what am I looking at? Where am I trying to get to? What am I exploring? And I remember, do you remember in Bloodborne, in Hemwick Carnal Lane, when you go into that, by the elevator shortcut? There's the big guy, you run across the bridge, so you run across the bridge, so not only do you get a visual of the water, and you can fall, you're funneled in and you have to fight the big guy. Then you run into the barn. And again, another scene. You have to pull the torch to see. And you climb and you're in the top of the barn. And there's that insight guy who spawns, right? And it's like one thing after another after another. The pathway of the level is intentionally arranged. That's what design is. It's intentional. I'm arranging it in an intentional way. The enemies they choose, you got the crow to distract you, the big guy to bull you off the bridge, the dog to bite you, the psycho guy to drain you. Where's all that in this game? We have a spit. One guy has a projectile spit. So yeah, you want to sneak attack him. I get that. So he's gonna still... So he's gonna spit me. Can I... Oh, can I gravity him? He killed me again. Maybe I'm done with this game. It's just, I mean, it's shitty. You're trying to remember what the button is for the action you need. Just to try and figure out, like... And then when the glory kills come, they don't happen right where you are. They, like, it goes to a new cutscene. So you're trying to find out, like, I was trying to, like, run backward. I crouched the one thing. Then I was trying to move, and I was, like... holding down, but I'm not locked onto him, and he's got a projectile, so I don't block. Like, can you block a projectile then? You want to sneak attack this guy. He's gonna see me though. Sneak attack, sneak attack, sneak attack. I'm holding X to sneak attack! Where's the prompt? Because the game sucks. I didn't load the gun again. This game sucks. I'm getting spit on. I didn't reload my gun. Just die already, dude. He's kicking my head and then he cuts my arm off. Oh, I hate this game. So then what's reload? What's the button to reload? R2 enough times? Yeah, but how do you fucking reload? Triangle, square. Maybe it's square. What about the gravity attack? No, I wanted to... I wanted to sneak attack him, and it, of course, never gave me the prompt. Oh, it didn't work. I was hoping to shoot him near there. I was hoping to shoot him near there. Am I dead? I don't have any, whatever it's called. They didn't die. Alright. And then here we get into the... Just let it go. First of all, I was meleeing him. Get hit through melee. Second of all, we're in this situation again where instead of it being about skill in combat and maneuvering, it's about tactical planning and trial and error. Oh, how do I use my resources? Like it's a little puzzle, and then I'll use the bullet time, and then I'll use the grip, and then I'll... Fucking stinks. This game sucks. Yeah, but I want to fucking pick him up, dude, and then throw him, and then I want to shoot this. And it doesn't hit any of them. This fucking game stinks. It sucks. It's terrible. It's terrible. You can't fight on a ledge. I dodged. I'm holding left. I dodged. Alright, skip this. Are we done here? What the fucking time is it? I want to sneak attack him. Really, I want to pick him up and throw him by the blast. It's going to be too small. So you can't sneak attack him and then shoot the other two. Where's he? There's a second guy. Alright. Alright. Because I don't even like the game. I'm not going to bother. It stinks. The game sucks. I absolutely hate the combat. And now, just by pressing quit, I feel like a quitter. But look. It's not really a game. It's not really a game where you can, like, duck, dodge, and weave and run around and shoot. Because he turns so slow... And you can get hit by another enemy while you're locked onto the first enemy. And what do I have to use? A gravity gun, it's not fun. Bullets, they're better for quick shots, and that's also reliant on ammo, which you don't have. But there's a box of ammo on the ground. There's a wall back there. The melee attack, whatever, dude. Dude. Punching people in Days Gone is more fun, okay? And it's the same problem there. And they'll argue and argue and argue and argue. It sold 8 million copies, just like Ghost of Tsushima. Listen, dude. I put Ghost of Tsushima on easy, and I beat the story. Dodging left... I just don't like it. I don't like the combat scheme. There's no story. The only thing I like about this is what I like. Graphically, it looks great. And I enjoy physically walking through the world. There's a lot of games like that. I've played thousands of them, okay? I like looking at the graphics. I like walking through the level. That's it. The level is shaped like an alphabet letter. And the combat, we're now seeing it doesn't work when there's multiple guys because you can't control the group. Like in Dead Space or in New God of War, you don't have a weapon to control the group. There's a canister right there. It never blows up big enough to hit multiple guys. You can duck. Yeah, it's fun to duck a projectile. That's right, it's fun. And to run around. Yeah, it's fun. Ducking and running is fun. Moving is fun. Fighting is not fun. Shooting with your piss-ass gun is not fun. It's fun when it's a quick shot and you gotta fucking remember. But, like, I'll tell you, if it were great, I wouldn't be complaining about it. Lords of the Fallen wasn't great. It was barely an 8 out of 10. But it was fun enough to play for 4 hours. It was fun enough to make me buy it after I played the trial for an hour. And I couldn't get as far as I wanted to. And I knew it was on sale, and I dropped $20 on stream to unlock the full game. That's how fun that game was. It made me want to buy it. This game was on sale for $30. You know? So how many people bought this game? But you're going to argue, no, it's not unfun. No, the combat's not frustrating. No, it's a great game. I could put it on easy. You want me to do that? We'll do this. We'll do options. We'll do game difficulty. We'll put it on minimum security. And we'll try one more time. And we'll see. Let's see if it becomes fun. Let's see if it becomes fun. First things first, I'm going to reload my gun. And I'm going to walk back to my ammo, where apparently it's full. My inventory's full, apparently. My inventory is full, apparently. Full of a bunch of shit junk. Right? Right? Grip battery pack. Can I use this? No. Energy converter. What is this for? Component that can be sold at the Reforge. Is there a Reforge? So I'm supposed to go to the Reforge? Can I drop this right here? Look at that. Heal pack. Look at that. Health injector. Alright. So limited inventory space. What's fun about that? And I'm supposed to sneak. What's fun about that? And then they come back. And now we're waiting. Okay, there's a guy. I see him. See my flashlight? He'll walk back. Look, see? They'll pick him up. And then we'll kill him there. You see? And there's another guy. Look. Look, I'll do him too. I'll do him with his own... I'll do him with his own, Oh, he ran out of time. Ran out of time. Was that fun? Look, I ducked and was holding down to run backward, to walk backward. So you would think spacing backward and holding down, they'd walk out of the way, and it blocked out of the way. And I had 2 red bars on my neck. And this game's gonna get 2 fucking thumbs down for me. It's shit. It's trash. It's bunk. It's junk. Even when I turned down the difficulty and 2-time these fucking explosive barrels and put them in the spikes. What happened still? Oh, you don't have enough grip energy. Oh, you don't have enough health on easy. Oh, you didn't walk backward fast enough to get out of the way of that attack or block. It's shit! The game is shit! And I'm not playing it anymore. Case closed. Callisto Protocol.